process food. What are best practices to go forward, and if you go the whole way of your successful career transition. Okay? And we'll do a closing, and afterwards I'd like to invite you for a reception. We have some food, wine, all kinds of drinks, and socialize and have fun together. Okay?
And how many countries we have represented here?
Wow.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you guys are 4.
I hand it over to Marianne.
All right, so most of you probably know that the coaching that we did before helps you work, that we are trained in. We're trained in several different methodologies, but one of them looks at us from a perspective, a holistic perspective, that the way we see the world really shape our possibilities, right? And one of the aspects of the way we see the world is also how we carry our bodies and our energy. Most importantly, our energy. So we're going to do a little exercise to help us stay connected, get connected to each other, but also to stay present in the moment and just relax a little bit, okay? So that we can leave any worries that we have outside. So I'm going to ask you, you are free to close your eyes or not if you want, but I'll ask you to have your seat on the floor, your feet on the floor. And again, if you want, close your eyes. And I ask you to put your hands on your rib cage. So we're going to breathe slowly through the nose. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 3, 2, 1. Again, inhale. Try to expand your rib cage so that you feel the expansion. 3, 2, 1, exhale. And feel how much bigger, how much larger you can reach in the world by feeling the capabilities of this energy that expands as you breathe in and exhale. Once again. One more time. All right, so now slowly bring your sense to your feet. You can relax your hands. And whenever you're ready, just open your eyes. Thank you.
That made me so comfortable down here in the seat. Thank you, Marianne. Thank you. This is one of my favorite quotes. It inspired me. I think it was 2005 when I read this, when I started to develop the concepts around how to help people to make successful career transitions, especially focused on their passions and purpose. And I just give you a minute to read it. Reiner he talks about that the true vocation is where your deep gladness meets your deep needs in the world. So I took this concept, this idea, to plot world needs. So when I started to work with my clients, really around what do you care about in the world? What is the one thing that you care most about in the world? And overlapped, I translated gladness with passion. Okay, the type of things you do that make you happy, that make you passionate. So I coached a number of years with that concept, and I always felt there was something missing. And what it was, that I added later was strengths. What are your strengths? And developed then the concept of true vocation, including the strengths. And we'll talk later about in detail of each of these areas. Okay, so this became a core element of has become a core element of the boomerang approach that I use for coaching, helping people to align the work they do with those three circles. Okay. Now let's start a little bit with the passion. And by the way, I can send you the slides afterwards. So like you don't need to copy the slides. Your additional notes is good to take. Passion are defined as the activities that you do that you're fully engaged that make you totally happy. Okay. So it might be, you know, Chris, you shared your cooking, that you're very passionate about cooking. Mauro, you shared about traveling. Aline, you shared about a lot of different things, you know, traveling and
cooking, dancing.
Yeah, dancing. You're passionate about dancing. Marianne talked about being passionate about learning and development, especially with others. Diego, I know, is passionate about making fire. I've seen that a couple of times.
Yes, you know.
And we heard all about your passions wonderfully. Thank you. So I think you get the concept. You have a question around passion, the concept, the idea of passion? Strengths is about what can you do best. So some people might just be very good in dealing with money. You know, others might be good in relationship. That's one of my strengths, is like relationships, connecting with people. Others might be good in understanding the big puzzle, you know, still understanding the complexity of the world and putting it together. Now, often strengths and talents overlap, but not always. If a talent is developed into a strength over here, you know, it becomes a strength. But you might also develop strengths that do not come from your talents, but you're just good at it because you have done them so many times. Sometimes pushed you, or for whatever reason, you were asked to do them over and over again. And if you practice